Yes, sir.
فقط مرامی رو ولد کنید خیلی رسید فکر کنم بهش رسیده بکنید.
Hello everyone and welcome to Call of Duty Next. I am Johanna Ferris, the General Manager of Call of Duty, and I am thrilled to help kick off a truly significant moment, not only for the highly anticipated upcoming release of Modern Warfare 2, but a very significant moment for the future of the entire Call of Duty franchise. You see, over the last several years, we've experienced explosive and dynamic growth, and we've learned a ton along the way. And those learnings have fueled our ambition to deliver a wholly new, elevated player experience. One focused, of course, on delivering more fun and innovation, but also state-of-the-art tech advancements built to support a more connected Call of Duty community than ever before. So just know that what we share today across Modern Warfare 2, our brand new Warzone 2.0 experience coming later this fall, and our designs to bring Warzone to mobile for players on the go are all certainly big news. But it's just the first chapter of a very bold, long-term vision that we carry to take Call of Duty to even higher heights in the years to come. Ultimately, though, we know that you, our players and fans around the world, will be the judge of all that. And it's why we are thrilled to be doing this on the eve of our Modern Warfare 2 beta, and to be here, live in person, with more than 200 of the biggest streamers and creators in all of gaming. They will finally get their hands on the true star of the show, the gameplay itself. So let's get right into it. It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce, alongside me, Patrick Kelly, co-studio head of Infinity Ward and the executive creative director of Call of Duty. Pat, welcome.
Thank you, Johanna. It's so exciting to be here with all of you. It's been such a journey to get to this place. You know, on the franchise, I always get asked by people, or regularly get asked by people, what are the areas you focused on improving, or what are the areas you innovated on? We worked on improving and innovating on every area of the game. It always comes back to gameplay. Gameplay is king. But I could go on and on. Things like third person, things like where we've innovated in the space of Battle Royale. We've got an all-new mode in DMZ that has large player counts along with massive player counts of AI. And it goes on and on and on. We've got mobile.
بچه‌ها مرامی ویدیو رو لایک کنید دیگه این همه دارید نگاه می‌کنید
all connected with, but it all comes back to one thing. It comes back to fun. Everything we do is in the service of fun. Whether you're a hardcore player or a casual player, whether you are somebody who likes to play with your friends or you like to play alone, wherever you play it, be it on console or PC or mobile, however you play, whether you're a camper or a slayer, we've tried to think about fun for you. And hopefully today you're going to see that and play that, and fun is what you come away with.
Absolutely. You know, fun is definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on. And I'm particularly excited about some of the social features that are coming as part of this launch. Things like proximity chat and new gulag twists. There's definitely going to be instances where players will interact not only with their own squads, but may even have to work together with other players in unexpected and pretty fresh ways. We've already seen some hilarious interactions, in fact, during play sessions, and I can't wait to see how these new ways to connect evolve over time. Now, Pat, what can you tell us about weapons?
Oh, wow. So we've completely innovated in the area of connecting you, the player, to your instance in the game, making you feel more in the game. And I guess you can think about it as starting out with the camera. The camera represents your eyes, right? So connecting the camera to your body, we've done that with some inverse kinematics and some physics and other things like that. We've connected then the body to the hands on the gun, again, with some sophisticated inverse kinematics. We've connected the gun with the actual bullets coming out of it. So now, wherever that gun is pointed, however it's pointed, the bullets are coming out of it exactly from the barrel. There's no disconnect there. And that's before I even get into what we've done with the new gunsmithing and how you build your weapons and the platforms, etc. But look, you're going to play it, and I hope you love it like we do.
All right, well, we've taken up enough time, but before they kick us off the stage, can we tell them about raids?
Yes, thank you. So with the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, and then shortly after that, Warzone 2.0, and then very shortly after that, for the first time ever, we're going to release a raid in Call of Duty. It's a very different kind of gameplay. It's very intense. We think it's very fun, and we're super excited about it. And by the way, there's one other thing I want to talk about for all of you hardcore players out there. I heard so many of you talk about what play challenges can you give us beyond just winning, which anyway, I won't go off on that, but we've got a whole series of quests and gameplay challenges that occur when you actually win in Warzone or you hit different milestones that you'll have an opportunity to do. And believe me when I say, everyone in the match will know when you're on them and if you prevail at them. So look forward to that.
Big things ahead. And now, before we kick it over to Miles and team to carry the day, we are extremely excited to give you the world premiere of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer trailer. Thanks again and enjoy the show.
Call of Duty جدید.
We got intel reports of Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
They have an army, but we have each other.
The world is a vampire.
Locate the prisoners and move them to extraction. Enemies above. Fuel charge. You're gonna be okay.
Hostage secure.
Sniper, on cover. Keep going. Gotcha.
Do not let them cross the border.
حتی ویدیو رو لایک کنید و ارتباطتون داشته باشید در فضل دمتون گرم.
Get ready, team. We have never seen a war zone like this.
The world is a vampire.
They're behind us. Drop the out. Enemy healer. Take out that boat.
دانشگاه کجایی؟ بس لودار این از کجا دارم فریزگان کردانم این وارزون اچه این گفت جایی رو فکرم میگفت دیگه چیزی بود احتمالا بکر پس سیزونی که دیگه همین باشه
I'm on my way.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
میگه ثبت کنیم واسه مهم بس
We got intel reports of Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
اکی هم منتظر شدیم وارزون موبایل خدا قرار امشب معرفیش کنم بگم آقا میتونی نصب کنیم هر چیز در موردش گیمپلیش هم میدم بیرون میگم گفتو چه تحقیلش بده بچه دو سرسی پشت کشر نبود نظرتون اون پروگیار یا آدم پاکستان کن اصلا این سالس گیمپلی اصلی هم بکنم سر همین بود دوباره پاکش کردیم که یادتونه کلن سیاه شده بود چون میخوام بچه رو بینیم دوباره سر کنید بکنید
You're gonna be okay.
Hostage secure.
Sniper, on cover. Keep going.
این که کامنتاتون رو میبینم چک میکنید حتی میگم نمیدونم دوستاشم بیاره
Do not let them cross the border.
Take him out!
جا باید شخصه که اصلا دارم ساخته یه بسیاری میشه هاپیمان
Get ready, team! We have never seen a war zone like this!
لایو وارزون
They're behind us! Stick out! Enemy healer!
Take out that boat!
دانستی که قرار باشه وارزون موبایلم رو باید کنم جاش نده بود این خدا میشه این فکر کنم گفت که سیزنی که خودمون رو بیاد کنم وارزون موبایل همین رو بدم این بطل پس هم هست یک گرد یه شخص باید از موبایل شخصی موبایل این پیش کنم کنیم واسه
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
ولی من نیست که میاد
And there we go, Call of Duty fans. The trailer's so nice. We ran it twice. It is all there. Everything that makes this franchise so special. We are incredibly excited to be here today. And after that, quite frankly, how can you not be? My name is Miles Ross, and I am so excited to truly be here with a few of the members of the Infinity Ward team who are bringing Modern Warfare 2 to life. Guys, we have 200 of our friends behind us who are going to be playing and streaming shortly. But before that, we also have Stephanie Snowden, Director of Communications for Infinity Ward, as well as Joe Seeker over the on-air, Jeff Smith, multiplayer design directors here at Infinity Ward. Guys, first off, how are things evolving from Modern Warfare 2019? I mean, let's start high level because there's a lot to get through today, guys. You saw that trailer. Let's go with the philosophy, Steph. Let's stay high level. What went into the creation of the game?
You said it precisely. There is so much. This game has just so much content. It's got something for everyone, and it's really been the result of 3 years of hard work at IW and our partners across all of the Activision studios. And so much of that work started with you guys at home, the community, the fans, our creators here, and that conversation and feedback from 2019 is really been a core piece of what Modern Warfare 2 is. And it's a dialogue that we hope to, continue, especially here today. Well, we've got so much in store with this MP experience, and people like Jeff and Joe here, who I am honored to work with, and their experience on this franchise, we're in good hands.
Indeed. Okay, so Jeff, I don't know where to start anymore. Let's set up what Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is all about, and let's stay high level for now, because there's a lot of details, friends, juicy details.
Sure. I mean, when you come into making a sequel, it can be kind of tricky. What do you keep from the previous game? What do you get rid of? And where can you add new things in and not mess up this kind of nicely balanced ecosystem that we had? And so we came up with a few methods, one of them being player behaviors. And I say behaviors and not play styles. I think a lot of people will say play styles, but that can kind of change during a match. But behaviors are more ingrained in how players play. And we just put them into 3 big groups. We call them rushers, which are just aggressive players. They just want to find the action and go. And then we have sentinels, and these are defensive players. They want to just kind of hold down a building, maybe keep a overwatch. And then we have stalkers, which are reactive, and they kind of hang back and try to read the field and read where spawns are. And really, we just kind of use these as filters to keep us honest with the content that we're making. So that we're making enough toys and equipment for players to be successful playing our game.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Stephanie, what are some of the new features coming to multiplayer, some of the new stuff that you're most excited to talk about?
Oh boy, there are a ton of new features to dive into with this game, but we really pushed forward even the most fundamental aspects of what makes a Call of Duty game with Modern Warfare 2, and it's been really amazing for me to come on board this past year and see these innovations coming to life, to hear Jeff jump into, breaking down the 1v1. And personally for me, water. I've seen the memes, we love water, it's really hard to make in games. the aquatic combat, some of the things you're able to do with vehicles in the water. I think that level of immersion is really going to speak to fans. It has been something that I've really enjoyed playing the last couple months.
Aquatic combat. Steph loves to swim. Joe, can we go into some details about our water-based adventures in MW2?
Yeah, I mean, last game we really wanted to add water, and we knew we didn't have time, right? So in Verdansk we froze the rivers and we made the outskirts just to kill triggers. In this game, as soon as we started Modern Warfare 2, we leaned into water, both visually, beautiful caustics, there's waves with white caps, but we also, the gameplay side, there's unique ballistics underwater. You only can use certain weapons underwater. Your pistol is your weapon underwater, otherwise you can't use your primary weapons. But it's also a nice cover or evasion mechanic. If you're getting shot at, you can dive into the water, and as you get deeper, it gets murkier. Like the farther you are from something, you can't see it. And so it's been super fun for us to dig into water and really flex on what water could be in Call of Duty. And you saw the boats and the mine that floats, and every piece of equipment has been filtered. Like, how does it work through water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? What's the best version?
Our vehicles will just slowly submerge. Yeah, really would, instead of blinking out.
Yeah,
a lot of details.
The behaviors are awesome.
Oh my God! Well, I can't quite wait to literally dip my toes into those waters. But guys, let's not forget about the ground and the air. Like, I mean, what else is going to be coming to the movement system, Joe? What do we got?
Well, you know, last game we did mount, and we had slide, and even though we're a military shooter, fluid movement is super important to us. So this game, you saw in the trailer, you can see here on the video, we have a new ledge hang mechanic, and that's essentially a high mantle. Instead of doing a high mantle and throwing yourself up over into combat, you can now peek. If you have a pistol, you can pull that pistol out and use that. We also added a dive. You know, last game we had the slide, kept your gun up, but we really wanted players to have an option where if they're getting shot at, they don't know where they're getting shot at, they can get down, get out of fire. But the other really cool thing is the dive's just high enough to let you get through a window. And so if you throw a grenade up into a building's second story, often you'll see players, you know, like rats leaving a ship, diving out through the windows. And it's just another option for players in combat.
Yeah, and all of these dynamic movements mean you can interact with vehicles specifically in a very cool way. I'm going to save some of that gas for when we get to Warzone 2.0, but it's really exciting.
All right, vehicle details to come. But now, guys, let's talk about equipment. Obviously, Call of Duty, crazy sandbox, a lot of cool toys to play with. Joe, what are some of the new dynamite new items that we're going to be throwing at each other and equipping and using in all sorts in the next game?
I mean, you saw some cool stuff in the trailer. You saw the drill charge, you saw the shock stick. One of the other cool ones you saw is the inflatable decoy. And this is a mine that you can throw out, and it basically sits there, and if a player gets close to it, it auto-deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag going off. And it faces the person that triggered it, and so it's a great distraction technique. You can also fire it off with a clacker if you want to control when it goes off. You can throw it in water, and here you just saw the DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the DDoSes are a kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom! It's going to shut down everything. And I can move in, and clear that room. You saw the heartbeat sensor is back. It's got a new look, but it also has a battery as a balancing mechanic, so you can't use it indefinitely in Warzone. And there's so much.
This is the TAC cam too, which you guys just saw, which to me is my personal favorite.
You can put out a lot of them, and even you can patch into your teammates, so you can. It gets a little crazy.
Yeah, kind of like a sticky GoPro, but will actually mark your enemies for your team. Yeah. So it's. I expect to see a lot of fun moments with that today.
So many toys and new tools that we just want players to get in and play with. I think there's something like 13 field upgrades, you know, between Warzone and Core MP, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my God. Until they all get DDoS. All this talk about equipment, it reminds me, I mean, that's one element to look at now, but we've also got Gunsmith, brand new Gunsmith. Guys, what can you tell me about it, and how will it change the way that we level our weapons and manage them? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, so the new Gunsmith allows players to build out their weapons more smoothly than ever before. We put out some videos yesterday for the Intel drop. I hope people dig into those if you want a better look at Gunsmith 2.0. But we're really looking at unprecedented opportunities for weapon customization. And the new weapon platforming will actually allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
It does sound amazing. So we've been hearing a little bit about weapon platforms and shared attachments. This is very, very cool stuff. Can you dive into those details, though, Joe? I mean, what can we expect?
Yeah, I can add a little bit of what Stephanie said. We had this vision last game with Gunsmith, and we were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system. And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74U, make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, that suppressor, that grip, they all come with. And to what Stephanie said, we have shared attachments within these platforms. We have branching progression. You unlock those guns by playing with other guns. And then we have shared attachments across all guns. And it's all to hit this vision of I'm building up an arsenal of weapons and an arsenal of attachments. I'm sitting down to my gun bench, and I'm going to make the perfect weapon for me.
I think maybe the simplest way to think about it is a gun tree, and each time you hit a branch, that's a receiver, and they grow out of that.
Yeah, and that's, we wanted to ground that in reality. Functionally, a receiver, is based in that, changing the weapon type, and I think it provides a really seamless experience for players looking to build out the perfect weapon for a multitude of play styles. So you're going to be able to jump into that platform and customize however you want for, situational combat. And you're actually going to see the FJX Cinder weapon vault in action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4, and the weapon vault maintains its aesthetic properties across all corresponding attachments. So we've heard you talk about the Frankenprint. This is our answer. It's an extremely rare. This is a huge, project for our teams to design these, but it is the ultimate weapon blueprint. And even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2. Available in beta.
Available in beta, so we can rock with that thing all weekend long. Okay, so Gunsmith looks incredible. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot wait to get into this one soon. Our streamers are going to get into this one soon as well. But first, guys, we need to hear about maps and modes. We've got our tools to play with, equipment, weapons, maps and modes, though. Let's get into this one. Let's get into the design team, the philosophy, I suppose, behind building out maps. I suppose, Jeff, this is for you.
Right from the start, we knew we wanted to build another big map, not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
I read about that on the internet.
Yes.
But, when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection of all these little POIs, these points of interest. And within each of these, we've really fine-tuned that they can play large-scale core modes like Ground War and a bunch of others really well. And so, stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxy gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6 maps and really tried to refine and make them a tighter experience to contrast all this big world kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That sounds...
A lot of diversity in those maps as well. A lot of visual variety, some colorful maps in there, and I think they feel really clean.
Guys, you're moving me in ways I didn't imagine to be moved today. Excellent stuff.
Cry?
I might. Hey, it's the first time here on air. We've got some of the maps that we are going to be seeing in MW2. Starting with one, we've got a real fun one here, guys. Aforementioned battle maps. Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
So Sarif Bay is this little fishing town in the south coast of our big map, and we picked this because it has such a great mix of gameplay. It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC, and swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside the town is this really intense urban combat with all these tight little alleyways, and all this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our ledge hang, you get these really cool parkour combat action happening.
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and just hang out and fight other snipers.
All right, well, that looks fantastic, Jeff. Okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think we have some footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today, named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details on this one?
Sure. Mercado is a little street market in a historic section in Mexico. Our story behind this is, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays really fast and a lot of action right down that center lane. The Mercado is a very dangerous neck of the woods, so watch out when you're playing in the beta. It plays fast.
Cannot wait, really cannot wait. Looks fantastic, and again, interesting to see how that ties into campaigns and whatnot. All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing. Battle maps, core maps, 6v6, all this looks fantastic. But let's go back to modes. We've seen some maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
So Invasion it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM, or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players, but there's also 20 AI on each team. AI are coming in fast roping. They're coming in on medium birds. And it's this high action mode. It's super fun, but it's also really chill. The announcer's not barking at you. He's not saying like, hey, get to B, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can grab a shotgun and go room clearing. If you push too far into the enemy's base, AI will come hunt you. But we've also been really conscious of where we put AI in multiplayer. We didn't put AI in kill streaks or that because we don't want AI showing up in search and destroy. We don't want AI in domination. This mode, though, however, was built for AI, and it's a super fun mode. Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM, and we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that old playlist.
Yeah. Well, this large-scale stuff looks amazing. This looks so awesome. And okay, so what about the new 6v6 modes? Keep dialing it in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here played today, and they will be in beta in Prisoner Rescue and Knockout.
Prisoner Rescue, okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
So Prisoner Rescue is an attack and defend mode. It's a round-based mode. The defenders have 2 prisoners. They're kind of spread out, and they need to keep hold of them. The goal of the attackers is to get to those prisoners, pick them up, and carry them to exfil. When you pick them up, you enter what's called a wounded carry, where they're up on your shoulders and you can't use your primary weapons. Instead, you have to use a pistol if you brought it, or you're just stuck with fists. But the way that we give the attackers an advantage once they grab that prisoner is they get a radar sweep for their team, so they can call out where the defenders are. And the objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this heart-pounding, adrenaline-pushing once you grab that prisoner and try and get them out.
That hero run to exfil is
definitely big S&D energy in this mode, which resonates with me in my time in esports. So this is my personal favorite of the new ones, and also sort of the strategic revives that happen. There is a revive mechanic, and so you are able to pick up your teammates, and I've seen some pretty wild comebacks in our playtest so far.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday. It was amazing. Incredibly fun, and I know the community is going to love diving into it over the next week. Okay, I can hardly believe there's actually a lot more content to get through, but there's one more thing I have to bring up. I have the honor of officially announcing the third-person view is finally coming to Modern Warfare 2. What are the details behind this one? We got a little teaser of it on stage from Padro, but what are the details?
Yeah, you saw a little hint of it in the trailer, too. It's been a pet project for us, right? Always wanted it in third person, and while we're working on all this other stuff, we've been kind of lifting up and doing third person in each mode. And the cool thing is that it's a mod on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in hardpoint, but we want to try it post-launch in S&D. We want to try it in VR, and we have camera work. The camera collision's been reworked. It handles tight spaces. There's a water camera. There's an interior camera. You can feel the weapon shake when you're firing with it. And it's just, we've put a lot of work into it, and we're excited for people to give it a try.
Incredible. I can't wait to see what third-person COD feels like in 2022. Sexy skins and everything. There's a lot of information, Steph. There's a ton here.
I tried to warn you. We're delivering a lot of new features for you guys to try out ahead of release. And I said we were going to be bold with this beta, and we are, but there's even more to come at launch. So This is just a taste.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even more? I mean...
We haven't even got to Warzone yet.
Okay. Okay, so what about this year's third mode?
So I'm happy to say that Special Ops will return as our third mode and will be focused on 2-player missions, asymmetrical in game design. So think 1 player on air support, 1 player on the ground, and I think the OG fans will be really excited because we've looked at, you know, some of the iconic Modern Warfare missions like Overwatch and really tried to implement some of those themes into the design. So we'll be talking more about Special Ops in the months to come.
Steph, you're saying I should be looking now for a Special Ops partner?
Sitting right next to you.
Yes, you are indeed. Well, I'm all set then, Stephanie. I do believe we have one more surprise for PlayStation players out there. What's that?
Indeed we do. Let's roll the clip.
Empty-handed. I was born. Empty-handed. I will accept. Blade or bullet. Fist or bow. Spear, stone, or arrow. These are merely tools. I am the one to fear.
Take Miles ISO.
Fix your mic.
PlayStation players will receive an exclusive operator, Oni. Oni is a warrior and gun for hire, descended from centuries-old samurai clan and torn between country and family, just like me. This is such an awesome-looking operator, guys. Oni is going to be playable on day 1 for all who pre-order through the PlayStation Store. Plus, he comes with a high-level weapon blueprint, playable in multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. Badass.
Oni is awesome. I myself am a PlayStation player, and so I will be becoming Oni main day 1 for this game. And it's been really awesome to see our narrative team building out his lore, really bringing this operator to life with the creation of his backstory, his motives. And I think the art team absolutely crushed it with this skin. He is so cool looking.
All right, Stephanie, we keep talking about all the things that, you know, we have to look forward to, but we are missing quite a big one here. We're missing the start of the beta. So for anyone who wants to get an early first-hand look at Modern Warfare 2, and trust me, you definitely want to, it is immediately available around the corner for PlayStation players who pre-order any version. Early access to the open beta starts tomorrow, so make sure you are preloading right now. Now, also check out your screens, since here's exactly when you can play the beta on your platform of choice. But don't forget, friends, it's also definitely worth noting that if you pre-order the Vault edition of Modern Warfare 2, you get to use the red Team 141 Operator Pack and the FJS Cinder Weapon Vault in the beta, in addition to being able to earn in-game rewards for playing all sorts of cool swag. And don't forget that if you digitally pre-order Modern Warfare 2, you also get up to a week early of campaign access. So wait, campaign a week early. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed that first look at Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Don't forget, you're going to get to see it live and in action in a few short minutes with our crazy set of streamers here, 200 plus here, and ready to rock and roll. But first, we'll be right back to show off the world premiere of Warzone 2.0. Don't go anywhere. Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Mountain Dew, official drink of Modern Warfare 2. Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 2. HyperX, official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. Play like a pro on the big screen with 144Hz VRR and AMD FreeSync, now on TCL 6 Series TVs. Prime Gaming. Visit gaming.am.com today and start claiming your free content.
About to be a class.
We have 200 creators here on site, marching down the green carpet with one mission in mind: to be the first players to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
this one you gonna have to cut.
And there is so much in this game. There is almost too much.
This is like one of those days where I enter and my hopes are so high.
And what are you looking forward to most when it comes to Warzone 2?
Prisoner rescue.
I'm looking forward to using that inflatable soldier decoy to mess a lot of players.
Kill streaks, I think. I'm honestly here just to learn as much as I can to prep for Old Men of Optic because those guys are very old now.
So maybe some OG maps coming back.
A map that everyone can play. Honestly, give me a broken shotgun.
What's your favorite game mode and Mountain Dew flavor combo?
Search and destroy Code Red.
Capture the flag, Code Red.
I'm going hard with the boys on a long night of S&D and I'm trying to get some nasty in-game comms. I'm drinking Baja Blast all night.
Terminal or high rise?
Easy terminal.
Ooh, terminal. Most people have terminal nostalgia.
Terminal.
100%. I just replayed that recently and I realized that spawn traffic is horrendous. Easy. Strike.
High rise.
High rise.
Terminal.
What's your favorite flavor of Mountain Dew?
I've grown up on Code Red, so it's still Code Red for me.
Honestly, I like the basic one, just Mountain Dew itself.
Dang, I was gonna pick Code Red too.
Can I get a second one?
All right.
Baja Blast.
Starting October 17th, unlock dual double XP, COD points, and also an exclusive Mountain Dew skin in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when you buy specifically marked Mountain Dew.
You thinking you getting me as you kidding me? Ripping everything that I'm forgetting to show you.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. The Mountain Dew green carpet. God damn, it was beautiful. A lot of fun people out there. Everyone having a good time. And some incredibly well-dressed people out there. And some definitely not. Sweaty t-shirts abound. But here we go. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next, friends. We promised it was coming up, and now the wait is over. It is time to talk about Warzone 2.0. We got a glimpse of some Warzone 2.0 in the multiplayer reveal trailer earlier today. And it does look awesome. However, we need some true experts to help out. Back at the desk here, we have got Stephanie Snowden. Joe Seacott is joining us. But of course, welcome Jack O'Hara, Game Director at Infinity Ward. Joe, how are we feeling? We ready to party here? I mean, this is a lot. We need to know everything. Warzone 2.0. Stephanie, the world cannot wait.
It feels crazy for me to be up here revealing Warzone 2.0. I ended up at IW as a fan of the game, and so this moment is absolutely bananas for me. But Warzone 2.0 is everything that we loved about the original Warzone, right? Where it's based on the same experience that we all had, that fun, all of those moments, and it's a return to shared tech across the universe for Modern Warfare 2, and that's going to create a really streamlined player experience. And I think the key innovations that we discussed for multiplayer, those all exist across Warzone 2.0 as well. So we're bringing it back. It's all connected. It's the same world, and I think the players are going to love it.
Oh my good God. Real excited about this one. Again, there's a lot in this one, Jack. Where do we go from here?
So MW2 and Warzone 2 have been developed side by side since the beginning, right? Since we started down this road, and they're part of the same universe. Like Stephanie said, they share the same mechanics, the same weaponry, and even more than that. But the centerpiece of all this, of course, is the new map that we've been working on since 2020 with teams across the globe. It brings together our philosophies on map design, it brings together new technologies in order to do it, and lots and lots of artwork to make it happen. And we've learned so much from players' experience in Verdansk, playing in Verdansk over the first few years of Warzone, and we're really excited for them to land in Al Mazrah with their squad. There's a wide variety of points of interest for players to explore in this map, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody in there.
Oh, here we go, a brand new map to explore and traverse. I cannot wait. Stephanie, let's take a look.
That's right, Miles. Welcome to Al Mazrah. This is our new map for Warzone 2.0. It is a really interesting mix of geography. It is expansive desert settings with a mix of industrial areas, towns, a city, and of course water. It looks way better on this screen than it did on Twitter. But you're gonna find a lot of really cool elevation, rocky peaks, caves, subterranean spaces. This map is beautiful, and it's actually the biggest BR map that we've ever made. And I am so excited for all of our streamers here to jump into Al Mazrah later today.
It's huge. Look at the size of that thing. Okay, so that was a big picture, and it's a great way to see it from a sort of top-down layout, but let's take a better look at some of these points of interest.
So when we set out to create these spaces, the team works to make it feel like a real space, right? So that there's infrastructure in between all the different, what we call points of interest along the map. And if you're paying attention, you might even see a few that seem pretty familiar out there as well. And so as the team works through these, they're trying to find some variety on each point of interest to make them something that the player will want to drop in and get the particularity of that single point of interest and find the place that they want to drop and where they want to play, whether it be a high elevation observatory at the center of the map, whether it be the big city that's up the top right, and whether they want to explore that, or whether they want to work in some of our POIs where we have water intersecting with geometry here. So we have in this one...
that looks familiar.
That seems familiar. And there's a river system that goes through all of this. So you'll be able to catch in a boat and drive between the different POIs. Here's one of our favorites, Sawa Village, which is...
That's my favorite.
Colloquially called Sunken Town.
I mean, I love to swim, so you find me there.
Absolutely.
I'm curious what you guys think, Jack and Joe, on what the hot drop will be today, right? We've been talking about this the last couple of days. This is our first time seeing other people who are not us play Warzone 2.0, and so I'm just very curious where you think everyone's going to immediately drop today.
I think so they're going to drop to Observatory just to go back to home, you know, go have some fun.
They're coming home.
It's always nice. You're moving through the map and you kind of hit a spot and you're like, wait
I've been here before.
I know this is. You have all these flashbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuggets in there for some old Modern Warfare fans.
Yeah, I'll say Corey. I think that's going to pop off.
I think people will land around the edge so they stay in as long as possible in this match. But
smart.
We have some news for our edge of the map players coming up.
Ooh, all right, guys. Well, the map looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to watch our streamers here drop in early in an alpha build later on today. Okay, so moving on to the gameplay, we've got this beautiful space to play in. How do all of these multiplayer elements we talked about a little bit earlier, how do they fit into Warzone 1.0?
And super simple answer is all the stuff we talked about in multiplayer, the stuff you saw in the multiplayer trailer, that's all in Warzone, right? It's all integrated. So that tactical camera works in Warzone, that decoy mine works in Warzone. Like, it's all of it's been built from the ground up for both. Slide, the dive, the water, like...
More swimming.
Yeah. Oh. This is a great taste of some of the water combat.
I can't wait to go full Captain Mill, you know, Apocalypse Now coming out of the water, knifing people. I mean, this just looks...
Yeah, the rendering team made some work, so you come out, you're looking all wet.
Yeah.
So you see the caustics on the bottom.
Yep.
I'm not even sure what caustics are. I have no idea, but it sounds great and it looks incredible.
You can see the armored patrol boat coming by there with its two turrets.
So I'm glad you brought up vehicles. So you touched on vehicles a little bit earlier. What can we talk about? You know, some boats with some tanks with some all sorts, Jack. What we got?
So we've implemented a new physics and handling model for the vehicles. So some vehicles are heavier, some will slide more, have more traction or less traction. And as you're driving them around and you're encountering them and other squads are playing with them, you can choose to shoot off the tires to kind of impact the handling. You can have them, they react to explosive differently based on their weight. So if you're in a heavy armored 4x4 and get hit by an RPG, it's going to kind of bounce a little bit, but not quite take the hit as a small sedan. You can also choose with your squad to be rolling into a POI and somebody jumps out on the roof, somebody leans out the window, and suddenly you get yourself a lot of firepower driving into the POI. Of course, that vehicle needs to survive for quite some time in the map if you want to keep using it to go from point to point. And vehicles will run out of gas, or at least most of them will run out of gas, and then you can bring them to a gas station to fill them up. If your tire's been blown up, you can get out and repair it, or you can bring it to a gas station to get repaired as well. And of course, we've got, you know, water vehicles, we've got a small boat, we've got the boat that Joe mentioned with the turret at the front, turret at the back, so you can have that little moment cruising up the river with your whole squad ready to rumble. So yeah, there is so much love that's gone into these vehicles.
We got the coolest vehicle.
The coolest vehicle?
Massive helicopter that you can fly around, and it's a moving platform with 3 doors. You can move a whole squad through the map.
What?
Wreak havoc. It is so cool.
Oh my god.
I mean, the fact that you can lean out of the window, you know, grab your teammates, pile in a vehicle, actually, you know, engage in battle from the window, leaning out, shooting
unless
combat.
somebody blew off your door.
That won't.
That does complicate things, doesn't it?
PTSD from Joe killing me many times in our playtest.
Well, I hope the gas prices in Almaz are okay. I thought there's a lot going on in Warzone 2.0, and my head is quite frankly spinning. What other massive changes have we got in store? Because it feels like there's so much that's changed. Is it still a gulag? Do we still have circles? Is it still gas? I know there are guns, but shoot them. What's happening?
What do you want to jump into first? Oh, Stephanie, you go ahead. Go.
We've made some pretty sweeping changes, I think, to the high-level components of Warzone 2.0 to continue providing players with both a dynamic and rewarding VR experience. But Warzone 2.0, you're going to hear it over and over again today. It's about fun. This is about playing with your friends, having fun, you know, friends new and old. Maybe you're making them a game. And I think one particular feature that I cannot wait to see the streamers engage with will be our prox chat.
Yes!
So it's coming. It will be in Warzone, and there's going to be some amazing clips. But I think Joe can tell us a little bit more about looting in Warzone 2.0. I'm listening to that.
The streamers love prox chat.
They're like, yes!
You know, in looting in Warzone 2.0, we still have the humming crates. You know, you can still travel around and listen for those. We still have the loose loot on the ground, but we wanted to add a layer of learnability and logic to our looting, right? So if you're outside, if you're a little kid, you fall down, you hurt your knee, and your mom's gonna go inside, go to the medicine cabinet and get you something to a Band-Aid, Neosporin, whatever. So that's our looting. If you need health items, you can hit a bathroom in a building and there'll be a medicine cabinet, you can open it up. If you wanna get loadout items, there are these hidden caches throughout in between the POIs that are in ground, and you can memorize where they are because they're always there. So you can kind of start to develop these paths through the map of how you loot. And there's this logic applied to looting. You know, you can find toolboxes that'll have grenades and things in them. And you find these other crates that are kind of like, it's as if the military that occupied this space came through and dropped off military items. Those crates are always there. So you can always have this reliable layer to looting.
Incredible. This sounds really exciting. We go on a road trip through Almaz, quite literally, like have a route we plan, hit the gas station, gas up, pick up snacks, pick up ammo and all sorts. Okay, cool. So what about circle mechanics? I mean, this is obviously a huge component of BR's, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, the circle's been a staple of BRs. It's been really hard to move away from it. So we kind of talked about what could we do to mix things up with the circle. So we've got this new mechanic where the circle can actually split, almost like a cell splits, into 2, 3, or even 4 circles. And then those circles kind of close down. And what it does is it segregates teams, and you have these micro battles in those circles. And at a certain point, you're like, okay, we've cleared out our circle. We think we're good. And then those circles merge. They come back together, and you have this very directed fight of like, as the circles moving, you're like gearing up in buildings, you're like, here we go, it's about to kick off, and as soon as those circles hit, you have that final fight. So it's another kind of like twist in the gameplay that we feel like is a cool world event that would happen, like, oh, the circle's splitting, we need to do X.
Crazy. Get in the car, we're going now, go! Alright, so apart from circle splitting, what about the gulag? Is that still around? I mean, there's so much change, man. I mean, I'm ready for it, but Joe, what do we got?
The gulag, we've been experimenting with, we've tried some crazy things with the gulag. But the current version of the gulag that we have running right now, where we're excited people to play, is you're not in there alone. And you actually have this temporary alliance with another opponent in the map, and you have to work together, and if you can defeat the other team, you can get out. And after that, you guys are enemies again. But for that moment, it's like, all right, we need each other. Let's do this. You use the proximity chat to talk to each other. And the other thing we've been playing around with is you may see a little bit of an AI presence in a gulag. So you have to be on your toes. Like, you're working with an enemy, there might be an AI here, you're picking up weapons. We're excited for people to try it.
Yeah, we're gonna get feedback today too, and like Joe said, we've been through some pretty wild iterations of the gulag, which I will not reveal here, but there's a lot in store.
Yes, there certainly is a lot in store. Jack, I have heard of a new concept coming to Warzone 2.0 called Strongholds. That will include AI that may impact how players get their weapons, etc. Can you clue me into what that's all about and if it's even true?
Absolutely. So Strongholds are reinforced buildings that the AI is occupying inside Al-Mazrah in BR. And the players can choose whether or not they want to engage with them and assault them to get cool rewards, including free loadout items, which is one of the new ways that we're adding for players to get their hands on that best weapon. We've worked really hard to bringing AI at scale into Warzone 2, and you're going to encounter them in multiple modes in different ways. In BR specifically, they're in these strongholds, and if you get to a stronghold, you can find the location of a black site, which is going to have even cooler stuff in it, and you can fight your way from one to the next. But in other modes, you're going to find the AI occupying large portions of the map and just kind of protecting different POIs in different ways.
Unreal. Okay, so we've all heard the rumors that Warzone 2.0 is going to have some very, very interesting new modes. Would you care to confirm or deny Stephanie Snowden?
It's finally time. I have read about some new modes recently, but one of the most exciting things about Warzone 2.0 is confirmation that an all-new sandbox experience is coming at launch. I am happy to announce DMZ, Call of Duty's extraction mode, will arrive with Warzone 2.0 at launch later this year. I played DMZ for the very first time on my first day at IW, and to this day, playing it non-stop, the possibilities with this game mode blow my mind.
So DMZ, I can also confirm that DMZ is real. We're not going to go into depth on it today because we do have to keep some stuff in reserve. What I can tell you, though, is we've created a rich sandbox where you can define your own win condition. You infiltrate Al-Mazrah, you accomplish your goals, and then you decide to extract when the time is right. It is played across the whole map, and the AI is occupying large sections of the map, and they are lethal opponents, and they do command your respect. You have to watch out for them. You have to work with your team. They patrol areas, they occupy strongholds, and they'll reinforce based on players' actions. And then on top of all this, you can choose which mission you want to accomplish, or you can chase after a variety of activities in the world. And you can play this differently depending on your playstyle. You can go loud, like I always do, you can go quiet, or you can hunt other players or avoid them entirely, or you could just decide, hey, I'm going to explore the secrets of Al-Mazrah and see what's there.
Loot up, exfil, it's totally up to player choice there, and I'm really excited about the full scale of what we're delivering for this chapter, and we want players to have an amazing experience in Warzone 2.0. We've been listening to the conversations in the community, specifically around small maps, Ricochet, anti-cheat, ranked play, and beyond. And trust me, although we're touching on some of the core updates to the overall Warzone 2.0 experience today, and mostly focusing on BR, there will be more news to share over the coming months. This is only the beginning for Warzone 2.0.
Okay, I need Warzone 2.0 and DMZ in my life ASAP. Stephanie, when?
Warzone 2.0 will be free to play for everyone on November 16th. With the start of Season 1 across Modern Warfare 2. Mark your calendars, that's about 2 weeks after Modern Warfare 2 launches. And we had 125 million players in the original Warzone, and I cannot wait to see all of you and hopefully more of you in Al-Mazrah for this experience.
And you will have a chance to see a Warzone 2 Battle Royale Alpha playtest happening right here behind us. Very, very soon.
Yeah, the streamers are hot to trot. They're raring to go. We'll see all of you in Al-Mazrah on November 16th. But don't go anywhere just yet. Stick around, because when we come back, you'll see just what Warzone looks like when it's built up from the ground for mobile. You're not going to want to miss this, I promise. Then, after that, we have live gameplay coming at us with all of our friends set up across each and every Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. We've got Warzone 2.0, Battle Royale, we got Warzone Mobile. It's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go too far. Call of Duty next, brought to you by the GMC Hummer EV pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck. Intel, built for the next generation of gaming. Squad up sooner with Xfinity rewards. Get early access to Modern Warfare 2's open beta. Jack Links, squad up with Sasquatch. Jack Links is good with it. Eureka Ergonomic, leading designer in gaming furniture and proud partner of Modern Warfare 2.
Hatta Warzone'u var ya. Ey halı şu var. Öncelikle size niye ki? Hatta size ne ki? Ya چی منتظری؟ 120 نفره که دیگه معلومه این اخبارش اومده 120 نفره آسان دوستش روی میره خب باید وارزون مطلقی وارزون همه قدیمه همه چیزونه یا
What a jam-packed day we've had here so far. We got Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2 already good to go. But finally, we're hitting something new here. Coming into mobile, we got Warzone Mobile 2 here for you. It's me, Beef Mommy, and I couldn't be more excited to be here with none other than Chris Plummer. And Chris, what do you have for us today?
That's right. Today we are proud to introduce Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Yeah.
This is the real thing, and it's on your phone. For the first time ever, you can drop into Call of Duty Warzone from wherever life takes you. Let me quickly point out the gameplay you're seeing today is still alpha, so it's only going to get better. And for Warzone fans, you will recognize this drop sequence right away.
I mean, honestly, it just gives me so much nostalgia. But wait a minute, Chris. Is that the legendary Verdansk?
You know, this is where Warzone gameplay was born. And we're bringing the legendary Verdansk map to mobile for the very first time. It's hallmark vistas and these dense urban areas. They're just so much fun to play in. Wide open fields, ready for battle. And intimate, close quarters, combat environments. There's so much variety in Verdansk. It's famous for good reason. Even with fan favorite locations like Boneyard and Superstore, even TV station.
Well, I'm getting classic Call of Duty Warzone flashbacks here. Can you tell us more about the gameplay? Or, you know what, maybe just give me your phone real quick. Maybe I can see for myself. No?
You know, the team has a passion for delivering the most authentic Call of Duty experience possible for mobile devices. From the way you aim and move to the weapon handling and the control responsiveness, all these critical little details combined to make Call of Duty Warzone mobile feel best in class. We've made sure that the physics, the feedback, the sights and sounds, all those essential little touches are smooth and accurate. It's about creating an experience that's so true to form, you can imagine feeling that dirt compressing under the sole of your boots with every move. Or imagine those tiny shockwaves of recoil moving through your entire body with every shot. In Warzone Mobile, these are the kind of details that we care about that make the combat feel airtight and authentic.
That makes me really emotional, Chris. And you know, it sounds like everyone's paying attention to detail, and it's finally paying off. But when I think of Call of Duty Warzone, I think about strategy.
Absolutely. There's more going on than pure gunplay. For example, when you're out there exploring the map and the gas circle collapse, you can try to sneak up on another player and pull off a finishing move. It's like ultimate bragging rights. And if you're feeling more strategic, you and your squad, they can complete contracts, use that cash at buy stations. There's a ton of variety there, including lots of different abilities like bringing back a fallen squad mate. Now, that contract economy, it adds a ton of depth and strategy through risk and reward.
I really like that you brought that up, because if you're talking about risk and reward, I think about the kill streaks. I think about the gulag. Are they going to be there too?
Yes. Everything you come to expect from Warzone, it's going to be there, especially kill streaks. This means you can deploy your big stick of choice like, you know, a precision airstrike. You might be able to wipe out an entire squad with it. So not so fortunate for them, but they're not necessarily down for the count either, because we have the gulag. So here players can fight for a second chance. So when you go down to fight one-on-one with another down player, and you can earn your way back into battle. This is how Warzone Mobile plays out on a truly massive scale, unlike anything we've ever played on mobile before. For this reason, we're pushing way past the envelope on high player counts to make sure each match is jam-packed with our signature style of combat. So we are supporting up to 120 live players in the single match.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say 120 players? Or do you mean bots? Because it seems like in Battle Royale games on mobile, they're usually loaded up with boring bots.
Well, we believe it's critically important and a lot more fun to play with real, live, human opponents, and that's our focus. So for anyone who's tired of playing with nothing but bots, we hear you. We're talking up to 120 real players ready to hunt you down with real human skill and real human emotions. That is Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
And we hear you in the crowd. Everyone's excited, and absolutely it is huge. And I don't think there's a game on mobile that can top that, in terms of real player count, of course. But how are you able to even pull that off?
We can support real player counts at dramatically higher scale than we've ever seen in other Battle Royale games on mobile because Warzone Mobile is running on advanced, unified Call of Duty technology. This is the same shared tech behind the console and PC versions of Warzone 2.0. It gives us a ton of advantages, like these incredibly high player counts, authentic Call of Duty combat and gameplay systems, and it opens the door to a much more connected experience across all platforms.
So when you say more connected, mean that Warzone Mobile will share content and features that will be in the console and PC version of Warzone 2.0?
Exactly. Delivering a deeply connected experience has been a strategic pillar from the beginning of development. Now, we know that your time is precious, and your investment in playing is now recognized across Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2.0, and Warzone Mobile. So wherever you're playing Call of Duty, it is time well spent, including on mobile. Even your friends list and chat are shared across platforms, so you can stay in touch with your friends, whether they're playing on console or PC or mobile, wherever they choose to play.
I mean, that is so exciting. I totally get that.
Now, one of the coolest benefits of having this kind of connectivity is that Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is loaded up with the same authentic Call of Duty weapons and operators you'll recognize from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. And whatever you get from the Battle Pass, you will see it on console or PC. It'll also be there on your mobile device too. And the other way around works as well.
I really love to hear that. And as a matter of fact, I saw some of the same weapons and operators being shown earlier today in Call of Duty Warzone 2.0. Are you aiming to make it exactly the same on all platforms?
You know, that's a great question. So the team's incredibly excited about how deeply connected and authentic the experience is in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And we'll continue to adapt the best content and features and innovations created across the franchise. But at the same time, we recognize that mobile is a very unique platform. Mobile has its own flavor, advantages, and player expectations.
Sounds like the game will be tied into the Call of Duty franchise pretty nicely. And will there be mobile-specific events or content that is unique to Warzone Mobile?
Yes, above all else, the team is committed to ensuring Warzone Mobile is a world-class, mobile-first experience right down to its core. Controls are a huge part of it. It just needs to feel natural on the device, intuitive, and native to the platform. A lot of it comes down to tuning, and this is why we're supporting synchronous crossplay between iOS and Android platforms exclusively on mobile, and we're avoiding the imbalance that comes with crossplaying between mobile devices and consoles or mobile to PC. This allows our teams to deliver the best possible mobile gameplay experience with a unified feel. And by doing this, we don't need to compromise the tuning for any platform. This ensures a level playing field and more fun for everyone. Now, keeping those controls balanced for all player types, it's super important. So whether you're the hardest of hardcore mobile pros, or maybe you're a console first player that's sneaking in an extra match during your lunch break, even brand new players to the franchise who need a little help getting into the flow of the game, we are committed to providing the most robust control options anywhere for a pick up and play experience that's accessible to all of our players.
I love that accessibility, and that means all my friends can get in on the action for a change, but how do they sign up?
Well, it's time to get your mobile devices ready because I'm super excited to announce that starting right now, you can pre-register for your free download in the Google Play Store. Signing up means that you can be among the first to play when the game launches next year. We look forward to seeing everyone in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
With that being said, hey, we got Ferg on the horn, and I think he's literally the first one to pre-reg. Ferg?
Hey guys, Ferg here. I am thrilled to be one of the first to pre-register for Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And now you can too. Scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen to be among the first to drop. Tell your friends, because the more pre-registrations we drive, the more rewards we can earn, like special weapons, vinyls, and emblems. Plus, if we reach the top milestone of 25 million pre-registers, we're going to unlock a super cool secret reward you're not going to want to miss. What are you waiting for? Sign up using the QR code below.
یا بچه ها میگه الان تو پیش ثبت نام انجام بدید و خیلی وسایل خاصی بهتون میده این کار رو انجام بدید، جزو نفرات اول باشید. تاریخ 15 سپتامبر برگام بچه ها.
We are back. It's Miles here, joined by Maven, Alicat, and Nameless Studio. The adults have left alone on the desk, and now it's our time to have some fun. I don't know about you guys, but okay, it's been a pretty litty day so far.
Yeah.
Where do we even start? I mean, dude, mobile, bro. It's a new era of Call of Duty.
Listen, Miles, I've been addicted to Call of Duty for over a decade. You're telling me I can be in the airport playing Warzone now? Backing for dance? That's lit. Also, Al Mazrui looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's insane. There's no shortage of crazy stuff coming my way. Ali, I mean, lay it on me. Multiplayer for Warzone, for Modern Warfare 2, insane.
It's incredible. We actually got to load up with some of the players yesterday in a little bit of a pre-test, and loading into Gunsmith 2.0 was actually so aesthetically pleasing, and I think everybody at home, once they also get their hands on it, they're going to love it just as much as we do here.
Truly, Maven, my good friend, you've played more Warzone than most people on the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, 8 hours a day for years, it feels like. It just seems fresh, man. The map, like everything about it, triple circles, the water, the boats. I mean, I was like kind of the proximity mine king for a while there. They see better vehicles trying to pull them up and set booby traps, and now you're telling me I can do them in not only land but also the sea. I'm with it.
It's going to be something, man. We really have seen a lot so far today. We've seen Warzone Mobile, of course, multiplayer there, and a bit of Warzone 2.0. Cannot wait. But guys, it's time to get to business. Let's now get into the command center. This is it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Command Center, presented by Xfinity Rewards. We're going to be rolling the show through all day today. Xfinity customers, they can start playing Modern Warfare 2 sooner with Xfinity Rewards. Visit xfinity.com/rewards to get your code for early access to the open beta. It's free and it's easy to join. Guys, I mean, every time I sit down, I take a breather, I'm like, there's so much. But first and foremost, guys, before we get into this one, so many streamers, we need to give a big shout out to Intel, who's powering all of the streaming PCs here today. Massive shout out to those guys. Clint, there are 2 PCs on every desk. Explain.
I couldn't believe it. Cloaksy is here. Like the fact that he actually made the trip out, I figured they have to have something special. The fact that you have a dedicated PC to the streaming side and to the gameplay side, and it's set up for this many people. Intel, thank you.
Ridiculous.
This is incredible. It's incredible.
Ridiculous. We're actually almost ready to get the gameplay, guys. I mean, Ali, you teased it a little.
Yeah, just a little.
A little, yeah. We played a tiny bit of an accent too. I'm getting mocked here. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday.
Yes.
Pretty fun. But now we get to watch 200 streamers, some of the world's finest, quite literally from almost every part of the planet, coming together here in this crazy top secret location. What can we expect?
It's going to get loud. It's going to get incredibly loud. Yesterday it was loud, and I believe like not even everybody had shown up yet. So now that we have a full building of all of these creators, all of these PCs, I'm expecting people to get up and start screaming, Miles. It's going to be insane.
Clint, we heard Courage from like headphones on. He can be heard from space.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like Bobby Pop, if he's on a subtrain or something, Lord knows what that's going to sound like. But my boy Tyler Blevins Ninja here as well. But like, I think this is a testament to how pumped up everyone gets about Call of Duty every year. Like the fact that there are this many big name streamers in attendance. We're going to see some incredible gameplay, go through the various modes. I mean, this is going to be a real treat. It really is.
I mean, and you've been around a long time in the Call of Duty world. In this venue right now, we've got streamers and players from, you know, all across North America, all, you know, South America. We've got players all over Europe, Japan, Australia, you name them. We're all over here. Mobile players everywhere. How do you describe the vibe in the room right now?
I mean, it's just incredible. It's a bunch of homies who love Call of Duty all in one room getting ready to grind. And, you know, I was talking to them earlier. I was walking around doing the round saying what up to everybody. They're going hard, right? Like, I was talking to some of the Warzone guys, Repos. He's like, I'm here to fry. Zuma's ready to go. So I'm interested to see them with these new weapons and the gunsmith, what they come up with, especially our new game modes like Prisoner. It's going to be lit.
Listen, as much as they're here for their love of Call of Duty, they're also here because they want that banger clip. Like, everybody wants it. You know, you're trying to go out and fry some of these big names, get a clip out on social, your YouTube, whatever it's going to be. So yeah, I'm sure people are going hard in the paint or falling to their death at their Tim. I'm sure we're going to have a couple of those.
We'll go a little bit of that later on. I think we're actually ready to hop into gameplay. Dr. Lupo, one of our first here, and he's already down now, but we are playing, I believe this is Hardpoint and Mercado, nameless.
Yeah, you know, I didn't get to play this map yesterday, but one thing I just want to point out with this game is it's a lot more vibrant than some of the MW games that we've had in the past. There's so many more colors, and that's something that I always enjoy, especially with Call of Duty, is when it's more vibrant and you can see more on the map.
I think sometimes you go dev to dev, and yeah, it's like you have like your more realism, like your grays and brows. Some will have a little bit more color, but like this map in particular, yeah, the second we saw like the fly through of this, I mean, it just looks gorgeous. It really does. And not that I had any concerns about the visual side of it, because they're knocking it out of the park every year, but it's just aesthetically pleasing. It is.
It's very, very pretty. That is, of course, Dr. Lupo. You can watch him stream this live. Every single member of the crazy, I don't even have a name for it, the stream pit here, COD Next, all of them live on their own channels, and unreal, man.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, all these guys are going hard. You can see he's locked in. Talking a little bit about the game and the movement, though. When I first hopped on yesterday, the movement felt so much different than Call of Duty's in the past. You know, it's not that slide cancel. You got to complete your slide. The dive mechanic, it plays out so much different when you're going into a gunfight. You can dive out of a window. Miles, it was a lot of fun. We were getting into the mix.
We really did get into the mix. I'm going to tell this now on air in front of God knows how many people, but last night, Ninja wasn't in the venue. I played on his setup. He wasn't quite here yet. And I found there is an in-game, like, whisper feature. So I was sending messages to other creators as Ninja, talking horrendous, like horrendous trash talk. All very good-natured friends of mine, you know, but it'd be kind of weird to get that from Ninja, right?
Yeah, does Ninja know you did this?
He has no idea. I walk up and slap him. I walked past him today and I was like, "Good morning, dude. How you doing?" He's like, "Hey, man." Not a single word, Ali. Not a word.
Not a word. I actually got into a game against you specifically. I was on, I believe, Nate Shot's streaming account. I don't believe that he's here today, but I was getting disrespectful with some people on the map, and I believe that you were in my last game, and the second I killed you, you left. I remember looking at the leaderboard, and
that wasn't me. That was Ninja.
A quitter, Miles.
That was Ninja. Over to Courage now, who's having a good time.
And you know what?
Listen, he is, as much as he's like a fun, good-loving, like everyone thinks Jack, it's just like this great nature guy. He is one of those competitive human beings I've ever met. Like, he gets pissed, bro.
Raging passion. And look, it's me on the right side. No, it's not. It's Ninja.
And I will have to say, to test to what Ant was talking about earlier, about the game mechanics, something else that I noticed that I don't feel like I felt in other Call of Duty games is how kind of realistic the movement with your gun is, if that makes sense. Like, there's obviously always going to be recoil, your attachment's always going to mess with that, but when you peek corners and stuff, the way your gun moves with you is very, very realistic. I think that's going to be something a lot of these players are going to notice and have to get used to very quickly.
You saw a taste there of when you're spectating a player, you get that kind of like over-the-shoulder, like tactical camera view, and it just adds this insane level of like, it's like real, like it just looks so exciting to watch. And when you're, enjoying like, maybe seeing your teammates play or whatnot, it just looks so cool. It's a nice new feature here in the game. And sorry, Clint, this is the new knockout mode. I don't think you might know. I haven't seen this one yet.
I haven't played it yet. No. I mostly, I was watching some of the guys play. I just wanted to kind of like react and enjoy it. There's so much new stuff. Like, I've just been looking forward to seeing what's going to be on the table. But let's see if Jack can actually step up this time. No, not going to happen. Just getting destroyed. I'm sorry. Superior positioning, Jack. You are awful. Oh, was that too hard? He's my...
No.
Okay. He's doing the classic. He's going to a set. He's doing the classic.
It was something else. It wasn't.
Oh, my sensitivity or something? What is it? No, Jack.
Wherever he's spectating, he's using my favorite SMG color too. I think that's the Hurricane. The Hurricane.
What do you think, by the way, just about the changes in gunsmith and now having 5 attachments and not having,
so I saw the rumblings on Twitter and stuff like that. I think it's amazing though. I mean, when we jumped into Modern Warfare in 2019, when they introduced the gunsmith, it was a lot to take in. But now everybody's familiar with it, especially grinding Warzone, switching up those attachments, and it's just a better version of
Seems like
that.
a good middle ground,
It's just a better version of that, right? Like the gun moves around with you as you're in there. You can switch out all the different attachments, and you know, for the class of weapon that you have, like you can change it up. Turn an M4 into an SMG. Like that's really cool.
Oh, that was nearly a snap.
That was nearly gross.
One of the the all-time greats in the competitive Call of Duty.
One of the maybe the,
if not the. I don't know why I said it that way.
Like the all-time great. Yeah,
Ross, he's the greatest. But there we go. Swag now getting involved as well. And to your point of Ali about gunsmith, I mean, it's at this point in time obviously it's quite hard to recognize, but that is a part of the M4 platform right now. That's his primary weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like, you can switch it up. Like, you can make it into a sniper, I think is what I heard as well, right? So it's going to be crazy. Even with the AK, turn 74U, just make some crazy different loadouts. You know, some of these guys, J-God's going to have so much fun with that.
9.5 hour long attachment video from J-God.
Oh, God. You know, he's so excited about that. And I want to talk about the map aesthetics for a moment and, like, the layout. Is the rooftops, like the new ledge, how you can jump and then you can hang off the side of the ledge. That's a new thing that you can add into this game. You can jump from rooftop to rooftop, and like you can jump further than you think. And I found that out very quickly. Like I would get to an edge of a rooftop, and I was like, I wonder if I can make this jump. You can make the jump. You can make it across like the map if there's tall buildings. You can make it across the map without ever having to touch on the ground. And I think for snipers, that is going to be their absolute playground.
Speaking of snipers, Pomage now, who's having a great time here. I mean, we've seen a lot, Clint, of the weapons so far, but surely a sniper.
Well, I heard Pomage too. Like I stepped up. I think it's when he was first walking in. He was walking with an Irrational and he was like, I'm going hard, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'm going hard. I can just hear like the competitiveness.
He's
going hard. Right.
And this knockout game is not going very well for the red team right now. Pomage's team obviously winning this one. Again, secure the grab, the money bag, hold on to that bad boy. Oh, I forgot, friends, here at COD Next, it's all going on. Mobile gaming right side of your screen. We've got all of it going on. Really, a celebration of everything that is Call of Duty, and even courage, he may have just sworn.
Do you see the...
Yeah, they're
Professionals.
Wait, I probably need to get this. I've been playing some COD Mobile, Diablo Immortal. Like I've been grinding more mobile games. I have my iPad and I'm loving it. Do I need thumb sleeves?
I think you should, yeah.
You know, sometimes it gets a little bit slippery. I need thumb sleeves. What are they called? Thumb sleeves.
You're in the right place to ask about that. There is an army of
I'm looking into that. No, that's actually an issue. It's like it's a little bit slippery, you know?
So they're playing some hardpoint here, and you know, obviously, us coming from the esports side of things, we love hardpoint. Miles, we were talking about this morning, when there's a hardpoint and there's some elevation above it, you can dive into it, turn around, land on your belly, and absolutely fry. So, you know, there are some movement mechanics for you speed demons out there if you want to make some plays.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks about, you know, the way slide works now, and of course the dolphin dive is back. I don't think we're not officially calling it the dolphin dive, Jason's calling it the dive itself. I mean, it's a really fun mechanic. It's fast. We get to see some gameplay with it. I've actually been walking around talking to some of the sort of the CDO pros, been like, hey guys, try to stop sliding, try to dive a bit more. Come on, Butters, show us the dive.
Showed us the slide, now we're looking for the
dive. Right out the window, just dive out the window, send it.
And all the windows are built to be diveable through. Like, that's the way the game is.
That's what Joe was kind of saying, right? Like, they're seeing so much in playtesting, and Nate goes into a window, like, everyone sends it out.
So you think like all the exciting moments you're going to have. Oh, here we go, Buzz, sniper. So we have the Hurricane, she's running overkill. That's going to be one of the M4 platforms, and the sniper on the other side.
He's
and
testing the mechanic, look.
There we go, testing things out, trying to find the sneakiest, fastest way across the map.
Yesterday, I couldn't. I was trying to see if I could break the slide.
No slide.
Well, that works out. Yeah, look at her face. She's just like going around testing out the movement. Someone just runs right in front of her. That works out. Give me a freebie.
You know what I'm noticing on this map that I actually like a lot? Not as many doors. Just running through.
Not as many doors. I think in general is the overall vibe. I mean, most of the maps we've seen so far are quite small, very fast-paced. Again, Jeff talking about that, you've got a very distinct feel. So it's like the battle map is very large, way more intense action. Of course, there's like invasion stuff. The 6v6 is a totally different flavor. I mean, that obviously excites us more than maybe it should most.
Oh, I mean, we love it, right? Like we're here to see people go hard, try to win, be competitive, and
okay.
Another thing, we're seeing a lot of elevation on some of these maps too. The snipers are going to be in heaven.
Yeah, I think it's max 2 stories, I believe. I could be completely wrong there, but...
hit it!
Also, look at that little stock.
Did you guys use the sniper yesterday?
Yeah, right?
No, I didn't.
I used it for a whole
cutest little stock I've ever seen.
I think we were in the same game too.
Yeah, I was in the back sniping.
I can't wait for the sort of like anime skins and stuff like that, like cute little stocks. Of course, we can put skins on individual attachments now when it comes to making some very handsome looking weapons.
Dylan's right. Speaking of handsome.
Also, something we haven't talked about yet is the way the perks work.
I love the perks
because
system.
it reminds me of back in the day the specialists. When as you get kills, you get more perks. As time goes on, you're gonna have 2 base perks. You can pick whatever you want. As time goes on, you get another perk. As time goes on, you're gonna get an ultimate perk as well. So it's actually completely new. They've redone it, and it's gonna be sweet.
Well, the reason I think I haven't really played it yet to deal with it too much to see like how vastly different it makes the gameplay, but I know for a lot of us, when you're playing like the multiplayer experience, I feel like you get a couple perks you like, and you just sort of pick those. They're your go-to. You don't really think about it, right? Like you figure that out in the first couple days or weeks of playing the game. Those are your perks. Now it's like I feel like there's more decision making that goes into it, which I personally think is exciting. Now, I don't know what I'm going to be running, but it does feel like they were saying, what was it, the different type of classes they were trying to put? You have your rusher, kind of your more stealth type player, your sentinel. Like they want to, even if it's not like class-based per se, like they want to kind of funnel it with that behind the purchase. But I think that's pretty dope.
But you can also make your own, so you can create it, your own 2 perks, your next one, and your ultimate. So you can, figure out what you want, and it's just nice having like a reward in the game, especially when you're frying.
It really does change when you start off with a base 2, you unlock 1 after a period of time, you get kills, you get points, game progresses slowly. So no matter how you're playing, you're going to get your perks eventually. But obviously, in the higher story, you're going to get more. And it's just really interesting again, and the perks are almost tiered. And again, Jeff and Joe will come on the desk later on and talk about this in way more detail. But the idea that the first 2 perks, they're fine. They sort of help out the gameplay. That mid-tier perk is way more sort of impactful. And that final perk, like kind of like the super perk. That's not going to turn you into Captain America, but it is going to make you way more more effective.
I don't want to be Captain America
beans right now.
America.
Taking Jeff and Joe's thunder.
Well, Symphony was just on screen, so.
I mean, the wagon on that boy.
What?
There it is.
Right, listen, picture there.
Hey, yeah, 2 million views on TikTok, something like that. It's impressive stuff.
That's what you're watching? In your free time?
Yes, it might be. It might be.
Okay.
I'm watching
it's Brooke's TikTok, you know, she's very creative.
This is a Search and Destroy, Call of Duty Classic here on Farm 18.
This looks cool.
This is one of the maps that we saw in an Intel drop not too long ago. Ooh, let's go. This is simply spectating Ash Sanders.
And you know, of course, we're talking about like 3-lane maps. This is one of those maps that felt like a very good hybrid 3-lane map that does really, really well when it comes to a game mode like Search and Destroy. Like you have your traditional outer lanes and they have their hidden corners and they have their ways. And then that middle is just pure chaos. It's kind of like a little bit of like, it reminds me of like a paintball range with all the walls and the corners that there are. So this is probably one of my favorite maps that we are playing right now in the beta testing. And as you can see, everybody is having so much fun on it. I mean, 4 and 5, everybody's doing pretty okay. It's a close game.
Yeah.
Aiden has 14 kills. I just saw the kill board. He's on the other team.
Mason just realized he's on the stream that he's ready to get nasty. He's going in.
Oh, he's fully loaded. Look at the bottom. He's got all his perks.
He is perked up. Literally.
Come on, Mason. Show me something special.
He is flying.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no!
That's the Fennec. I was loving that one yesterday.
Oh!
That thing turns
the OG weapon.
That turns people into super close range, but Bornyhoff just gave him the business.
Smoked him.
Nice try, Mason. We still love you.
Hurricane OP. Hurricane.
It's such a different look. Like when we're spectating these players and having gunfight stuff, like the way the player animations are, the sound effects, like the game has just been. Like it's everything we liked about MW19, all the stuff that was already there existing, and they've just been. I mean, it's Salt Bay right on top, just hammering away, sweet seasoning top to bottom, and it was a close game, and now it's done.
He looked very sneaky, and then he was just evaporated.
I gotta say, the bunny hop is back in full force.
Oh yeah,
man, the bunny hop is clean. We know Sam LaRue Octane. Gotta give him a shout out. He's gonna be bunny hopping all day. We got Myth on the screen here. He's using M4, I think.
Again, looking at these weapons, you know it's an M4, but the configuration he has.
I was using the bigger sight, the double, I forget the name of it. I like the extra zoom.
And of course, kill streaks. Cruise missile back, a lot of fan favorites, Clint. I mean, everything you would expect from a Modern Warfare game is there.
We get to see one. That'll connect. Myth able to hit it. He's vibing right now. But it's crazy. Like, bottom right, you were kind of mentioning like how different the guns will look. The same type of gun is based on the attachments that it has. It's wild.
There's also in-game settings that you can make your gun a little more narrow, a bit wider, further away. I mean, there's options, just create that sort of visual. Look, you want the game to be as appealing as possible for you. Maybe you don't want the gun to be so big to obscure the view. Maybe you're one of those players.
Settings personally. Like, there's an option to tweak it how I want. Right?
There's a lot of settings in this game.
I'm gonna get lost in that for the entire first day, probably.
once the campaign hits, I'll spend about 3.5 hours messing with settings and then
When I see Courage on a 5 streak, that pop up at the top of the screen, it might have Courage popping off. Oh, well, he just died there, so take it back. Ooh. Come on, Swag.
Swag's dialed.
Hit it.
Swag.
Yeah, this sub looks like it's dominant.
Also, all the sounds and everything when you level up garments. Oh, yeah. Everything is there. I mean,
I wish everyone could experience just this environment, though. Like, as much as we're enjoying the gameplay and stuff, and how cool it's been. Because, like, a lot of these content creators, like, they're friends or they're familiar with each other. They play games online. But, like, it's not often you get them all in one place like this. It has just been a vibe. Seeing everybody going up, some meeting for the first time. Like, I know Iceman and Isaac, we have interacted so many times on social. I've never met him in person, dude. We hugged for a solid 30 seconds. It was beautiful.
And it just shows like how hyped people get for Call of Duty. I was like, I can't believe I still get this amped for Call of Duty after over 10 years.
I don't think many things like bring everybody together like this. It is it's special.
The beta starts tomorrow, in case you've been living under a rock. Or if you've just joined the stream.
One of the two.
One of the two. There's no in between. User interface has been completely changed as well. Dead silence available on that lower right-hand side. There's a lot more sort of clean changes. Of course, the menu system, which you might not have seen here on the main COD Next stream, but individual streamers seeing them going through weapon loadout, seeing the operators there. So many cool changes. A lot more of a streamlined experience. It's sexy. That's not a lot of ways to describe it.
I love that, especially like when you click start, you go and you look at your loadout, you switch weapons. It looks good. You can see everything. It's just right in front of your face. You know exactly what's there, digestible, and that's what you need. It's such a fast-paced game like Call of Duty. It's digestible.
I also quite enjoyed that like it doesn't obscure too much of the in-game screen. So if I'm hitting pause, I'm checking stuff out, I still have some kind of like situational awareness during the game.
And I will say, in terms of balance of like ARs and SMGs, of course, this is all of our like our first peeks into it, but they've looked pretty balanced so far. Like the SMGs have been absolutely disgusting up close, whether the AR gets first shot or not. And at long range, the SMG haven't been ripping as well. The recoil gets insane at that sort of range. So I feel like it looks like gun balance as well, regardless of your attachments and what configuration you end up coming with, is fairly much there.
I love that, because I mean, it just feels like sometimes it turns into this one gun that can do everything. Yeah. Right? And I think everyone appreciates a little bit of variety. Like an AR feels like an AR.
Literally what this game is, because you can change your gun up to whatever you want, right? So
well, in a way, yeah. But like, I think to Tally's point, like there seems to be a little more separation between.
Yeah. Like I haven't seen the do-it-all gun just yet.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Aiden, of course, on the Mountain Dew green carpet. Like, I want a broken shotgun, and I'm sure he can make it. But broken, we'll find out what that really means. Of course, as the game
like sawed off.
Develops. He wants a sawn off that kills people across the map, that makes them move real fast. I mean, hey, who knows? Gunsmith is crazy. 2.0 even crazier.
Well, I mean,
we'll see if he can do it.
Wild. I mean, no matter how much work has gone into this, we've got the nerds in the building, and this is where if anyone's going to test some stuff, find some weird combination that turns a shotgun into a sniper. This is the crew that's going to do it.
We've only scratched the surface.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
we've touched it for 20 minutes.
But what people are going to do with this gun?
That's just not enough, is it, Miles?
Not enough.
No idea what these guys are going to come up with, but it's going to be crazy.
I need a good sort of 2 to 3 hours to really
look at Chef Tony. This is one of the most famous Italian men in the world. Makes some memes, Stromboli. We love him.
Metal boots on the building. It's got the M4. He's going to run this class setup from now until the next 2 years.
We're talking about it can be great to mess around with guns.
Oh, Chris Crowder. Listen, I'm not sure what's going on here. Chris has been growing some sort of beard that's happening for the first time that I've seen. He's usually very baby-faced. Now he's kind of going for some sort of supermodel type thing, or maybe like being a rapper, singer. Not sure.
He's a handsome.
He really is. He really is.
A tiny little bit of a user interface there. If you hold a circle, whatever your sort of crouch button is when you're on a ladder, you can fast slide down it. So it's going to get spicy in the fight.
Oh, he's on it. He's on his feet. He's on his feet. The Gouch.
Oh, man. We will be playing all day, friends. All day.
You know what? The iron sights here are kind of clean.
Well, I think this is great, too, for a lot of, people like, you saw Zenny, you saw Crowder, for those who don't know, they work on the CDL side, they're really in the midst of stuff during the season. They don't get to come to stuff like this that often and see all these content creators. I imagine they're in heaven. I've seen some of the tweets, just having a blast meeting a lot of different people.
So as far as streaks goes, we haven't seen a whole lot of Christmas songs there. County, the classic VTOL is going to be back. And everything, the Juggernaut is, I think, the final one, and it looks crazy. And whoever that AFK player, you are live at COD Next. But yeah, there's a ton of cool stuff. And I mean, we're seeing Wilson's in there as well.
I love that.
We're gonna have a lot of fun. Chopper Gunner's back. It's called, I think it's called Air Support now, but it's an A130 you're not talking about.
There's a Chopper Gunner here as well.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be seeing it all.
Yeah, Miles, like, if we play against each other later today, we get the free play, I'm getting a chopper.
I think I'm actually locked on this desk all day. I would love to play more.
after the ship's over, I think we can play more.
Yeah, I think we once the curtains go down, we're gonna dive on. Can you hear the chain? Yeah, that's how I'm visualizing your ankles just tied to the desk. They can wheel me in the chair, but it's hard to get down the stairs. Here we go, another crew. Red Man, how we doing? And what a shot! He got two.
Hat over the headset.
He killed Nick Merckx.
All right, we're gonna
see you later, Nick.
So this is the air support we were saying.
Yeah, this is it's kind of like a lightning strike. Yeah.
Nice.
What is that thing?
The Fennec. Or it's a custom one.
Wait a minute.
Longer range, maybe? But that looks like the Fennec. Yeah, that's the Fennec irons.
That boy don't recoil.
What?
All right, Breadman's already found a winner. Yeah, Bread's got
Oh my god!
It does recoil, but it doesn't.
But he's holding that down though.
Yeah,
all right.
He's a mouse, obviously recoil, long range. You can manage him, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot. He's just putting them down.
Yeah, cameraman, get in there real close. Show me the hands. Show me the hands. Oh, gun him.
So we played this map yesterday in the 3P mode. That was a lot of fun.
Museum, yeah. This is a lot of fun. We saw a top down of this on socials recently, but
there we go.
Yeah, give me the hands.
You hear how that sounds? So sad.
That sounds scary though. Yeah. You hear that? That better be on my team.
I mean, he is one of the better aimers I've seen now. Like a lot of the tournament stuff, when you're talking about mouse and keyboard players, like he is absolutely nuts with it. So not surprised to see him finding some wins in the long-range battles, but
I gotta see his recoil control.
So what do you guys think about all these maps so far? What's been your guys' favorite, Miles?
Honestly,
it doesn't look like he's pulling down a whole lot.
Honestly, this is Museum. Nice big central area, essentially 3 lanes. I mean, there's a second story. We're about to go up there now. This is where Breadman is. It's nice, man. We've got some decent lines of sight. Snipers are going to have a lot of fun here. We played hardpoint on this map. We played prisoner rescue. Courage and I clutched up big time last night in like a 2v5. I had the prisoner on my back. I was sprinting. And I can hear Jack picking up 3-4 kills. Let's go, baby! Screaming. I'm there sprinting.
I'd be that guy on the team, too. I'd be carrying. Yeah.
It was great. It was really great. We had a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool, the opening breaks and stuff. Like
he's on a 15 streak, by the way.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he was frying.
He's literally annihilating the lobby. Yeah, let's stick with him. He's on 15 in a row. Another cruise coming in. Bang.
This is the El Gato replay of how this all started.
Oh, he gets 2 again. Just ripping them.
It's the same 2 people. No, sorry, this guy. Oh, it's a replay.
Oh, is it? I was about to say.
Yeah,
he was on 15 in a row. I thought he got another one. I thought he wrapped his streaks.
It's all good, Clint.
Oh, dude, I basically was pulled a symphony, dude, when he was casting the pregame lobby.
Oh, I know. So
I thought he earned another one. Well, last thing I saw was 15 streak. I was fired up for my guy.
So he put so it's M4. His just sounds crazy. I think it's the W audio.
It might be his stream, but either way,
it's a stream.
That boy is ripping metal. So, again, it's kind of cool to see there on the bottom side of the screen for a moment there how the perk system works. He's already at his second tier of perks, which I think was Spotter. 19 kills. Let's go, Breadman. And, of course, he's working his way towards that final perk here in this hardpoint.
Yeah, it's not that crazy. I thought he wrapped streaks now, is it? He is annihilating everyone.
20.
He's farming.
Yeah, he's literally farming.
Somebody kill Breadman.
Wait, do you guys see the movement though that I was talking about? Like how when you're moving, like your whole body, like it's different than other Call of Duty games. It's very hard to put into words, but once you get your hands on this game, like you can tell everything moves with you. Like usually the gun's fairly stationary, but like everything is moving with you at all times.
And you can see it, so that's
you can see
for more of the hardcore players.
Yeah.
Players that go out there and they're like jiggle peeking, your hips and your head.
Yeah, like everything's going.
So it's a little bit different. When you play the 3P mode, you get a better understanding of like how that looks, and you'll see that a little bit later today.
Just like the physics of the character.
The physics of the character has been reimagined, so it's different. So
yeah,
throwing those shoulders.
You got to be a little careful. I mean, everyone's like Shakira out there throwing the hips around. You got to be very. I mean, it's the animation.
I've been comparing to Shakira,
I don't doubt that, but you got to look how smooth the animations can be, and it's been so much fun so far. Oh, is this what it looks like to be on the other side of the Breadman?
Yeah, that's what I was actually wondering.
Wait. We're gonna get up there and kick his ass.
Oh.
I think that was Breadman.
That was Breadman.
Yep, I believe that was
Breadman.
He's got 25 kills.
He's got that thing locked down.
Get out there, get him. Just go back in there.
I mean, this is going on the timeline for sure. Breadman's got clips for days.
I mean, Destroyer's calling the streaks to the SAE above.
What have we got here?
We got a sniper.
I just think about imagine loading in, like trying to check everything out, run some different guns, and Breadman's just up top.
Yeah, no. He just looked dialed in. I don't think he said a word. Hit it! ADS not quick enough there. 2 posted up on the bridge, just shutting him down. But
so He has the pistol on Miles. Remember we were playing with it? We turned into a fully auto sub yesterday.
Yeah, thing.
Wait,
so,
what?
But yeah, so of course, Gunsmith is ridiculous. 2.0.
Yeah.
You can turn your sidearm into something pretty mean, and then of course the ledge hang mechanic. I'm hanging on ledge. Clint, you were singing the Spider-Man song earlier. Hey man, not too. If Spider-Man carried a Glock, yeah, baby. It is crazy to see like how much damage you can do with that thing, and just I mean, it's something that we have to learn now as Call of Duty players. We have to now look at funny ledges and see where players are.
Yeah. I was also trying out some of the field upgrades yesterday for the short amount of time that I did have. I tried the camera one. It was so interesting. Just like throw it down, go hide in the corner. You can see when they're pushing at you. It's
You hold your own. You hold your own flank at that.
Yeah, you got your choke points.
That's great. And again, another thing.
Oh.
Isaac, he nearly got both of them there. And of course, Isaac, one of our streamers coming in from Europe, made the long trip across.
Yeah, I was wondering how many people we had here internationally. I've casted over him in a bunch of Warzone tournaments. He's made some deep runs. Guy's a monster. But as he's just trying to hit some snipes and try some of the different weapons out, Bredman's kind of been annihilated in the lobby. But there we go. Another shot gonna hit. Bang.
I'm already really liking the sounds of these guns. I'm liking the way the crosshairs look. Like, this is something I cannot wait to get. Oh, hello.
Bredman just got a 3-piece, and then Isaac followed up with the 4th in the feed. That was very satisfying.
Oh, yeah. They are just tearing them apart, it feels like.
What's that field upgrade he has there? I can't tell from here.
That could be the portable radar.
That might, yeah.
So that little bad boy kind of gives you sort of a local sort of UAV, but the radius isn't obviously great, but hey man, in a pinch, I'll take it.
Dude, look at that bullet hit. Just hit like right on the panel of the window, so the first shot didn't hit. Second one, that'll go through.
I was using this yesterday. It's a powerful shot.
It
got
feels,
a couple collabs.
Oh, wait, somebody saved him.
Oh my god.
It was Breadman.
Oh my god.
Nick Merckx was trying to assassinate Isaac. All right, get us out of there. Over the crowd.
Here's the Fennec. He runs so quick with this thing.
Meow. I mean, look how different this POV seems versus like the sniper POV.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're moving.
You're going.
That.
Oh,
wow.
Matter
Okay.
though. Okay, Sean J.
Sean fries him. Again, this is that sort of idea of like the different, maybe not play styles, but kind of like player attributes here, what you're going for. Crowder is obviously, he's way more aggressive, you know. He might be hitting flanks soon, but the way he's kicked himself out.
Whoa.
He's in the mix.
I think something that you could learn a lot, that all these creators are going to learn very quickly, is there a lot more paths on the map than you know about. Like, on this one specifically, behind Crowder, there's an underground passageway where one of the flags are, and like, I didn't even know you could go down there. Like, I had to wrap the entire building before I figured out how to get underground. So there's a lot more angles and a lot more passageways than I think a lot of these creators are expecting, and that's why we're going to see possibly a lot more assassinations, possibly a lot more creddy corners, and people just popping out of literally nowhere.
Crowder is locked in. And that is the power of the Fennec. That player didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, he's in the perfect area to use this weapon. It's like going out, getting peeks, range combat. It's a lot of fun to use this one, man. I was using it the majority of the games.
I mean, they're not doing a great job in-game. They've got the lead for now, but again, classic Dom, capture the flags. UAVs and all sorts of kill streaks coming up. No one's, I don't think it was going too crazy with any of the kill streak choices. We did see Crim 6 with a VTOL earlier. Again, classic from MW19.
Yep.
I wonder if we're going to see any more today.
Oh, you saw that? He tried.
I can imagine. I mean, this is the chance to test everything. Run through, try different weapons. I mean, as much as I say that, we know how a lot of these people are. They're going for crazy clips. They want to drop bombs. They want to have high kill games. So some are going to find stuff they like, little combination they feel comfortable with, and they're going to send it. But Crowder, yeah, he's in the mix right now. Movement, I mean, he seems pretty comfortable so far. Just the little hop chows.
Yeah, the bunny hop.
Freebies.
Like you're just hopping around. He can even hip fire this one. He's picking up a ton of kills. He's loving this class setup. He switched it up from last time.
So one of the big things, I mean, before the show started, I walked around and talked to as many of the streamers as I possibly could. And I was just like, you know, you've had a tiny bit of time with the game. How you feeling about this? And almost every single one of them said, I'm really struggling not to slide everywhere. They've been so used to doing that.
Get used to it.
From MW19 all the way through to Warzone when, you know, we're on Caldera. It's not the same. It's not the same.
I can say that just from all the Warzone I've played, like, it's gonna take like my hand, just the muscle memory of it. Like I've been slide canceling now for years across the map. It's just gonna take a little to get used to, 100%. But I do think my hands are going to be very happy, though. I'm not having to do that constantly across the map.
Yeah, if you try to slide around now, you might even be slower than just sprinting.
Honestly, yeah. That's how it looks.
Again, it's how you use it. Is the dive is a really great mechanic for escaping. The slide gets you into different positions. Obviously,
I like to leave in my head, you know, the ball head. So I think the diving thing's going to be good for me. Just like a bowling ball, you know, Miles? Just sending it through a door, sitting it through a window. Maybe diving into someone. You think I can knock somebody out that way?
If there's an attachment for you.
You? Yeah.
It's like a unicorn type
bayonet
power.
or something.
Yeah, bayonet on my head. Okay, that sounds sick though. Honestly, if the devs are listening, let's think about that a little bit.
A bayonet dive kill.
Oh my God, I want that immediately.
I'm thinking like, you know, I've got this idea of like, you know, Yondu who goes, he's got a big fin on his head.
Yes.
But make that a blade.
Absolutely.
Isaac. Oh, quick swap again. That is his side on. That's his pistol. Again, the range on that bad boy is going to do all that crazy, but you know it's going to rip when it hits.
The sniper's just so satisfying when you get to kill. The sound, how deep it is. It's amazing.
It feels like there's no dragons in Sniper. When you were using an ant, did you have to leave a shot?
بچه‌ها فکر کنم لایو قطع کنم. خیلی منتظر بودیم به حساب گیم پلی وارزون موبایل رو بذارم. همون ثانیه 10 فکر کنم یه ساعت رو نگاه کنید 60 دقیقه 60 هولوشا گیم پلیش بودش. لایو قطع میکنم احتمالاً تا 1-2 ساعت دیگه وارزون موبایل گیم پلیش هم بدن بیرون. هر وقت موقع که اومد لایو دوباره میذارم. دمتون گرم که تا الان بودید. خیلی عشقید. خداحافظ بچه‌ها. خیلی عشقید. دمتون گرم.